my name is Vani and I am here in St. John's, Newfoundland. You're joining me here on my Flosstube channel, Thread the Needle. This is just a quick Flosstube extra about I thought I'd share my experience at the retreat that I went to recently, Stitch North 2024, weekend 1, because yes, they have multiple weekends. This is my second year attending, and it was just as good as the first time I went last year. Let me begin all over again. It was for 2.5 days, but more realistically, almost 3 days, because it's supposed to be all day Friday, all day Saturday, and half day on Sunday. But anybody who can and is able to, they show up on Thursday afternoon. Anywhere from Thursday afternoon into the evening to get ready for Friday morning. Myself and a friend of mine from here, from Newfoundland, we were able to fly out, luckily. And I say luckily because there was a bit of a weather system here, a storm, and flights were getting delayed and canceled. We were on an afternoon flight. Luckily, we got out, one of the last flights to leave that day. So I'm so glad we made it off the island and we were able to go to Toronto, which is where Stitch North is. And we made it into the hotel, gosh, I don't know, maybe like 5 o'clock in the evening, and we got settled in our rooms, and then that's it. Everybody kind of congregates to the hotel lobby and brings their stitching or not, and just starts meeting and making new friends. You meet people that you've known from before and met from last time, and you just start talking and catching up with each other, finding out what everyone's been doing over the last year, and then you make new friends. Then on Friday morning, all the joyous fun begins. The main hall is open for all of us. There's about 200 plus stitchers. There are vendors. It was a tables of 7 or 8 people at a time. I was at a table with some people who I knew, some people who I didn't, but now I know and we're great friends. It's just a lovely experience. There is just lots of laughter and chattering and talking and getting to know people, and a lot of stitch talk. And there a lot of shopping, because there's a lot of good vendors there. Evertote, Roxy Floss, those are the people who are hosting this event. And then we have all the other vendors. We had our local Newfoundland vendors who made it out there, Bryn and Nettle. Then we have my friend Kaylee with the sewing shop. So I spent a little money over there too. It was great. So much fun. So I wanted to share with you a little bit of what I was able to do on my weekend away, filled with stitching fun. It was 48 hours of just uninterrupted stitching. It was fabulous. The only downside, besides having to come home and come back to reality, is that I came down with some kind of head cold, and I'm only now getting out of it. I think you could still hear it a little bit in my voice. But I came down with this head cold and I haven't been able to stitch very much. The first few days after coming home, I was like really like a renewed stitching energy, and it was wonderful. And then I started to feel not so great and my energy was zapped, and I was like, man, but I'm hoping to get back into it. I'm starting to feel on the mend, which is why I was hoping to make this little Flosstube extra sooner, but here we are. So like I said, part of the retreat with the vendors, and there's door prizes, which I actually won one, but I gave it away to a friend, a table mate, and my Newfoundland friend, Pam's Crafty Corner, because it wasn't a pattern that was interesting to me. It's not my taste, but it's definitely something that she does, so you can check it out on her channel. Excuse me. What else happened? Door prizes. There is a freebie table. So basically that means that anything that you have stitching related, it could be stitching tools, stitching supplies, patterns, anything that you have no use for. You lay on the table and it's free game. This time I did not go to the table because I have more than enough things to work on. But I did do a loop around and bought a few things, mostly fabric, because there's so much pretty fabric out there. So then, of course, there's the smalls exchange. And what that means is you make a small handcrafted cross-stitch related gift and you wrap it up unanimously. You can put your name on the inside if you wanted to let the person who receives it know who you are. I did. And then all you have to do on the tag is say it is a modern design or a traditional. Mine was a modern. I'm actually going to insert a small video here. So I'm going to pause the video now. Hi everyone, just wanted to say a quick hello from Stitch North. Today is the first day of the retreat. We all came here, well, a lot of us came here last night and it was so much fun. We just hung out in the lobby and got settled in, and today is the beginning. But I just wanted to take a quick little video that I will add to my Flosstube just to show what I made for the gift exchange. It was not mandatory and I wasn't sure if I would get anything done, but I did manage to at the very last almost down to the last second because I was still finishing it the night before I left for Stitch North. But here it is. It's not something I normally do. It's not full coverage. However, I think it came out adorable. So here it is, all finished and everything. Isn't it so adorable? So it's a little bumblebee, and I really love how the stitching brought out the honeycomb effect in the background. And then I just added some little flowers and a little bumblebee sticker or a honeybee sticker, I don't know what kind of bee. And I found the frame at Michael's, and that is where the idea grew from. Found the frame first, then found a pattern to match, and then stitched it. So there you go. So that video was just showing you what my small was that I made. I'm very actually proud of how it came out. And the reason why I couldn't show you ahead of time for a few different reasons was, one, it wasn't ready in time. I was literally making it the night before I flew out. Two, I didn't want to post it just in case the person who received it was going to be watching my videos. And three, I know there was a third reason, but that's mostly it. But luckily enough, a friend that I made last year at the retreat, who I'm still friends with, she won it this time, which was cool because it's nice, you know, to give a gift and have it randomly selected by someone. But then how cool is it that the person who picks it randomly is someone that you know, and you know that she's going to like it and enjoy it. So her name is Alyssa. So I'm so happy that she got the gift and she really liked it. So I'm super uber happy. Then we're going to move on to my gift that I picked out of the table. And it is from Anna, who owns the Stitch Toolbox. It's Cross Stitch Project Bags and Notions. So it came with this little needle minder. It's a little wooden frog. And I forget what these are called, but basically it's just this mat that you lay next to your stitching and it catches everything. I guess it's like a catch-all, right? It's really sweet. So she embroidered that on the inside. And a little bag with it. Very cool. Then, of course, comes all my purchases. At the Evertote stand, I purchased 18 count Ada. I've always admired this color of theirs. It's like a denim material. It's really, really nice. I bought a half. I guess that means I'm not good with this material talk. We call it a fat quarter, a half quarter. I don't know what it is, but look, isn't that really cool? They have it every year, and I really liked it, but I was like, I don't know what I'm going to use it for, and this year I caved. You know those letters, A and J, that I bought from the Cross Stitch Studio? That's what I'm going to use it for. So this is what I'm going to put it on. I think it's going to be really nice. Then what else did I buy? The rest of my material shopping was at Bryn Nettle, the Newfoundland shop, and also from the sewing shop from my dear friend Kaylee, who very sweetly gifted me something while I was at the retreat. She gifted me this oh so adorable project bag. Okay. Care Bears. With a little Care Bear gummy bear zipper pull. And on the inside some fabric, because she knows I love her fabric. With a teddy bear needle minder. This really lovely purpley shade. And the color is called Queen of the Night. I'm going to have to find just the perfect piece to stitch on that. And that is 22 count. So thank you very much, Kaylee. I absolutely love it. Then, before we move on to what I got from Kaylee, I'm going to show you what I bought at Bryn Nettle. I bought some 18 count hand-dyed Aida. This one is called Old Fashioned Roses. And this is what it is. Beautiful, right? I also bought from them another 18 count. This one is called Soot, because it is very charcoaly. Nice. Then I also, okay, hang on. I thought there was something else from them. No, the rest is from Kaylee. So first off, I bought this adorable, cute little bag, which I have already filled with all of my stuff, extra needles, scissors, my trusty gridding pen, water-soluble gridding pen, a couple of needle minders, and my little Snag Nabbit needle. So yeah, and this has a cute little floss little key pull. Okay, then do you want to see the really gorgeous fabric that I got from her? And I usually don't buy this count. I bought anything from her. I got anything from 22, 20, 18, 16, 14. I wasn't even looking at sizes. I was just looking at colors, okay? So the first thing that caught my mind was this. It's called Kiss from a Rose. So it's a long, narrow piece. I'm thinking I might have to stitch something this way if I can find a pattern. So any fabric that I'm showing you, if you have any ideas for what patterns would be suitable, please feel free to tell me. I, as you know, like full coverage, but I'm leaning towards anything that's full coverage that if it has a background that I could use the material for instead, great. So I'm not saying not full coverage, but still full coverage. Like the main part of the pattern has to be full coverage. Again, I lean away from back stitching, specialty stitches, anything like that. So if you have any ideas, I'm open to suggestions. So, Kiss from a Rose. I'm thinking like some kind of like bell pull design, you know, right? Very, very nice. It's very long. And this one is 16 count Aida. Then we have another pretty piece, Perfectly Pastel, which is 14 count. And you know the reason why I wasn't so opposed to buying such large counts is because at my table, and I'm going to show you what piece I was working on because you all know about my retreat piece that I bring out for every retreat. I also took my Quaker Canadian flag because of the few people that I knew that were going for that retreat. We all were working on the Canadian flag and we thought to all bring it so that we could all work on it at least for part of the retreat. And so we did. And one of the ladies was working on her flag on 16 count and it looked amazing. And I was like, why am I fighting my eyesight on doing this flag on the 28 count when hers looks so beautiful on 16 count? But there's no way I'm restarting it. But it did look great on 16 count. So I'm like, oh, so cross stitch looks great on whatever count is what my conclusion was. So this is 14 count pastel. It's not as true to color on the camera. It's a little bit more pinky in person, but it's really, really pretty. Again, pattern suggestions are welcome. Okay, next, another beautiful piece. This one is called Neptune's Depth, 14 count Aida. Look at this. Beauty, right? Isn't that a beauty? So nice. Gorgeous piece. Then we have 22 count unnamed. That's okay. We don't need a name. Look at this. Beautiful. Love it. Love it. Wait till you see the next one. 16 count. Another long, narrow piece, but just look. Just look. Like, it's long and narrow, again, but how beautiful is this piece? To die for. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So this one is 16 count. Yes. Last piece that I purchased, 18 count. Adorable. It's just so cute. I almost just want to frame it just like that. It could go this way or it could go this way. I really just could possibly just frame it like that. But no, I want to stitch something on it. Sorry. So that was my purchases. Then we come to the actual stitching. We all received a swag bag with some very delightful things in there from all the vendors who had something, who wanted to contribute to the swag bag. There was a couple of patterns in there, a couple of needle minders, just very generous. One thing, of course, every year they come out with a Stitch North needle minder, and here's this year's. Really nice. And onto my stitch piece for the weekend. I took out my retreat piece, as you're all aware, and I had 2 sections already thought out that I was going to work on, and I did fairly well. I started this piece right here and into this piece. So this and this is what I had dedicated to Stitch North 2024, and I'm got some really good done. Now there's a little bit extra done here that I did after I got home. So my plan, as always, is to pick a portion of the pattern, dedicate it to that retreat, and then after I come home, whatever I don't finish, I just continue on and finish it. But still, these 2 squares are dedicated to Stitch North 2024. So far, this is what the entire piece looks like as a whole. And then the next retreat that I go to, I'll be adding another section to it. So this is how much I have done so far. And you know, it's really hard to tell the details in person, on camera, but it was told to me that in person it looks really ridiculously detailed, and just the detail work in the pattern is just really nice up close, and then far away it just blends in so beautifully. It's a really lovely piece, I have to say. It's one of my favorites to work on. I'm glad I picked this one. So that is my quick little update on Stitch North 2024 weekend 1. I'm so thankful that I am able to attend. It is always a really nice time, and I want to say thank you to everyone who attended, and you're all such lovely, lovely people, and it's really nice to meet everyone and see everyone, and I will never be able to remember everyone's names, but I remember faces, so I can recognize you. I remembered people from last time that I saw again this time, and then I made new friends this time. It was great. If anybody ever gets an opportunity to go, I would highly recommend it, because I know it depends on a lot of different things. It depends on life, it depends on finances, it depends on availability. But if you ever get the opportunity and you're able to go, I would take that opportunity. So this is it for my little Flosstube extra. I hope to be back soon with a regularly scheduled Flosstube episode. Until then, bye everyone.